Sorry about that. I didn't mean to look pissed. The alt. I've said this before, and I'll probably say this many times in the next few videos or something. But I do need to bind the angry eyes to a different button. But right now it's the alt. So when I alt tab to something, I'm always angry. I have to change windows. I am so mad that I have to change windows. Anyway, that's why if you're wondering why I start off angry, that's kind of what it is. Anyway, so today's build, or the video for this week, is going to be the mini Disney Palace Agrabah, mini Disney Palace of Agrabah. 506 pieces. It was $39.99. And there was some controversy with this one, along with the subsequent release of Atlantis, but that will be something I will go into on the Atlantis build. So, for those that don't know how this video works, we are doing a live build, so we will take some time. It won't be like 10 minutes. If I forget a piece, if I can't find the piece or anything like that, that is being done live. And I know the video, it's not live because it's something I just put up on YouTube after the fact has been recorded, but you know what I mean. For the most part, this is done in real time. So much real time that I completely forgot to get the thing to cut open the box. But we have the thing to cut open the box. So, put on your protective gear, friends, and then we shall get into this. I really like the mini scale things. The micro scale. Is it micro scale? Micro scale. It's in between. It's an interesting thing. I do like the scale. These kind of scale models. They're always really fun. But there's a lot of controversy with these things as well. It's kind of it's really annoying. It's really annoying as a casual collector. I'm not even really, I don't know. Anyway, I'm not like super hardcore, and I'm not a Lego investor and all that. But I think that the people that have gripes over these things, there's the kind of ridiculous gripes. Like this one was like, oh, this doesn't have a minifigure. Oh my god, why does it have no minifigure? This is so disappointing and this is so upsetting. Which again, I'll explain when I do the Atlantis build that there was something wrong with those. Because those were included with something, but they also were very mad about a thing. So that happened. And this is oh my god, I didn't even look at the age. This is a 12 plus set. I believe some of the other micro builds are like 18 plus or like 16 plus. But this is under the Disney banner, but not the Disney Princess banner. But this is the Disney. Sorry, I'm knocking things around. Disney Princess. It is the Disney Princess banner. Sorry. So this is the Disney Princess banner. I was looking for the Disney Princess pod. But you can see the Disney Princess right down there. Disney Princess. So this is the Disney Princess line. And so this is a kind of like an interesting micro scale build in that line. Normally they have the punch tabs. But this is a little more upscaled. This is a 12 plus set, so it doesn't have push tabs. It just has taped edges. So that's nice. I have to be very careful to not cut anything off. Folks, make sure that you have appropriately sized blades or cutters, because sometimes they're a little too big. And you can hurt yourself. So far, I like the box. The box design's neat. It is the Disney Princess design, so of course it's a little bit, it's a little strange. But That's fine. I like the display of the images, and then on the back it's the same as any of the other mini things. And then the box, huh. I'm sorry. I forgot. This is not a flip top. So I cut both sides of this box, which was not necessary. My apologies. That was the sound of like like 3 bags. 3 bags falling to the ground after being taken off the box. All right, so hold on a second. All right, sorry about that. Like I said, I actually did not need to open it in the way that I did, but I did. So that happened. Let's see how the instruction manual looks first. This is gonna be obviously different than the 3-in-1, because there's only one instruction manual. There's nothing. Oh, okay. So sometimes with these builds, with these little older builds, there's some kind of like preface thing that talks about like the build, but nothing like that. So but that's not a big deal. That's not a problem. All right, but this is a bag per piece. Or bag piece. This is a per bag thing. So you'll watch the reading of you build it in order of the bags. So bag 1 is going to be pretty small. I can already see that there's like lots of these are premium pieces right here. So there's a lot of lacquer, drum lacquered gold drum lacquer gold. So that's probably why there's not a minifigure. Honestly, it's probably that reason. But you know, people get upset about the strangest things. They don't like to compromise. They really don't. They're like, compromise. No, I want all my things. I want a minifigure. I want shiny things, and I want an amazing build. And I'm like, you know, that costs money, right? You do know that they have to pay the designers. They have to pay the people that make the instruction manuals. They have to do a lot of those things. That's why a lot of the reason also why 3-in-1s, they're middle of the road. Like they're perfectly priced, and not many people get mad about them. So that's probably not a great example. But with like Disney, they get mad, or Star Wars. Don't even get me started with Lego Star Wars. People get so mad about that. I'm not gonna go into that. But there's a lot of things that they just kind of forget go into these things as collectors. And I think I've been in part of a lot of collections. I'm in the Good Smile community as far as collecting things. I am in the Nendoroid, Figma, Articulated, 1/12 scale, Blind Box, Pop Mart, Vocaloid, Disney stuff. So I can say without a doubt, Lego fans, specifically like AFOLs, I love them. They're nice. They're great people. But the loudest ones, which is usually the minority, right? Always. Which just makes it problematic. The loudest, annoying ones. They're like the worst of those fandoms. Of the worst of the worst of the fandoms. They have the worst of the worst in that regards. I know that kind of doesn't really make sense, but and I'm not saying that like insultingly. Like I said, a lot of the Lego fandom, the community is great, is fantastic, is wonderful, but there are some, like I said, the worst of the worst in the Lego community is like worse than the worst of the worst in some of the other ones. Because they're annoyed by things that they shouldn't be annoyed about. this bits of plastic you're putting together, and it takes a lot of quality to do that. I think. Oh no, so there's a couple number ones, but like they're just too angry. I think, and then they want more stuff as they get older, just like other things. I mean, but to be fair, like the Lego community that is wonderful and aren't complaining and aren't really like that, they are probably the best that I've seen of like for the things that they do. But they're most loud and upset. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. So like there are very, very, very good things about the Lego community, and then the Lego community is very accepting. But like, if people watch certain things, if the people watch the only the not so nice fans, I'm not surprised why they would be turned off, because yeah, the not so nice ones, they're not very fun. But like I said, there's a lot of good Lego fans out there. There's a lot of good Lego fans out there. So do not expect me that I'm just like trashing Lego fans or the Lego fandom. I'm just saying that the most vocal of the Lego fandom is like the worst of the vocals of the ones that are of angry people, I guess to say. But yeah, I am enjoying this build so far. It looks like it's very simple to. It looks like you build the base just like any other thing. Any of these builds, they're pretty similar. They're always pretty similar, which is that you just kind of build the base and then you build up from there. So that's kind of cool. I'm actually really like that. That it's a very simple kind of addition. But yeah. The only thing that's weird is that they had 2 number 1 bags. I don't ever understand why they do things like that. That one's kind of weird. I'm like always like, why do you have why do you have multiple numbered bags? Like I'm not sure. Anyway, it's kind of weird. I would like to sit in like on one of these design like meetings and just be like, why are we putting all the parts in multiple bags with the same number? Why can't we just put everything in one bag? Well, I'm not sure what the... You know what I mean? It's just weird. It's just weird to me. But that's what I would ask. I would ask them that question. Straight up. Oh, and I'm missing a piece? No. No, I'm not missing a piece. There we go. But you know, there's probably a good reason, and that's why I would love to sit in those meetings, because there's probably a very good reason. It's probably like well, because if you have all pieces in one bag, then you cause just chaos, and we can't have chaos. And you're like, okay, that makes sense. Whatever. I don't mind a little chaos. But not everybody wants that, so, you know, it's like, okay, gotcha. I feel you, I understand. I totally get where you're coming from. We will not have chaos. I like that they make these big vignettes by having this black border. But one thing I would like to see that would be interesting is having one of these micro scale builds, which they've done that with the Ninjago micro build things, is not having a base, but being able to like add a base, if that makes sense. That would be kind of cool. Think of it like the Creator 3-in-1 Space Dog had a stand, and so does like the other Creator 3-in-1. So does the other builds, by the way. The astronaut and the spaceship also have a base or a stand. But I would like to see them do that for the future. That way, you know, you can kind of integrate, but also at the same time, you can make them separate if you only have one. I I have so far, I think all of the castles. No. I don't have Aurora's castle. I have most of the castles. I have the haunted house. I have, and then I have the two. And then I have the two Ninjago things, or the one Ninjago, but the other Ninjago is going to be on its way. So you know what I mean. Like I could make a micro city, and then I could make a Lego. I could make a Lego Godzilla, and then scale it up, and then have a little micro city with this Godzilla, with the Lego Godzilla or something. But you know, that's just my kind of thing I wish could happen with the future of this kind of sub theme, right? The micro sub theme. But I understand why that would be kind of hard, because I think this is the equivalent of like a base plate. So it's just a little difficult to kind of make that thing. You'd have to double up on which is not a problem. I would probably pay a little bit more if that was an option in that regards. Wouldn't be like that big of a deal, but I can see why they might not want to do that. It's just because it's like, okay, we have to do it this way, because otherwise it would cost extra amounts, or we'd have to use extra pieces and then of course extra cost for the extra pieces. Sorry, these are like live builds and ranting with Omni. I apologize. I know that's not what everyone's tuning in for, but it just happens. That's how it happens. You know, you start talking about Lego, and you talk about what you like, what you don't like, and stuff like that, and it just happens. So I apologize. But I won't stop talking, because if I stop talking, then it gets just boring. I mean, I guess it could be like ASMR, right? I just put the mic really close to the Legos, and then you just snap it, and then you just Lego building for like 2 hours, I guess. I mean, that's a thing. That's content, right? I mean, that's not content. It's not content. So, I mean, that is an option. Maybe I will do that with one build or something. Maybe one of these builds. Maybe I'll find a build where I just don't have to talk about stuff, and then I'll do the ASMR thing. I don't know how it works without the 3DO. Ever since Soul, like Soul's a VTuber, by the way. She is also she also does design overlays, chat things, stuff like that. I don't remember what exactly she does with that stuff, but like someone was asking how to say 3DO, and now I can't get that out of my head. Is how do you pronounce that word? 3DEO or 3DO? Is it 3DO or is it 3DEO? And so like that's been like every time I see it, I'm like, oh my god, I'm never gonna know how to actually pronounce that word. I'm always going to see that word, and I'm going to be like, what? How do you say that word? Oh, very interesting. This is very, yeah. This is like details you can't see on the box because they're in the back, but it looks like you do have a back place. This is very interesting. They actually kind of make it the whole way around, even though you don't. It's like a Christmas tree. It's like when you set up a Christmas tree, right? And I think I was in the Lego store talking about it with the manager, and we're like talking about it. It's just like when you set up a Christmas tree, right? When you set up the Christmas tree, you always put like either the bad stuff that you don't want to see in the back, or you just like don't talk about what's in the back. You just like, oh yeah, there's the back is bare, but that's okay because no one really sees it. So it's really interesting that they put the care in these sets, in these diorama sets, of actually like putting in the back, because they don't have to, right? They could totally just be like, the back is gonna be bare. No, we're just not gonna put anything back there. Waste of bricks. Wait, sorry. Waste of bricks. This is just stupid. It's just dumb. No, don't put anything back there. But you know, I mean, it's very interesting that they do it anyway. Because I'm sure it's probably not that big of a waste of bricks, and there's a lot of people that are gonna come in here and be like, well, price for plastic is like this much money, so they're really not even losing that much money. Da, 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 da. I don't really need to know the ins and outs of that. But thank you for coming in and adding that comment. But you know, like, they don't have to over design the back, but it does look like the back also has the same motif. There's gonna be like some trees, like some imported trees, obviously, because Agrabah doesn't really actually have trees. Ooh, am I skipping like whole pages? I think I'm skipping whole pages. Oh no, I am skipping whole pages. There we go. This is where we're supposed to be at. That's the other thing with Lego. Sometimes when you try to prop it up like this, you just skip millions of pages. But the really nice thing I think is great about Lego is that when you do skip pages, they actually you can still kind of see where things are going. So if you do accidentally skip, you can still kind of look at the back and go, oh, I missed that. Like right now, I'm just going, oh, I missed this whole border thing. Oh, God. Okay, sorry. I'm talking too much. And I forgot how to do... I didn't add all the little white borders, the little white walls. So we're going to do that now. Before I forget to do it again. Because that's what's going to happen. I'm just going to forget. There we go. And then we have the corner walls. We'll just do here. There we go. I'm so dumb. I can't believe I was like, I can't believe I let myself do that. Not even realizing. I'm just like, la la la. Why does this look different? Oh, because I didn't put parts. I didn't put parts down that I was supposed to. Also, I just realized. So there's not really a set rule for the most part of when they add pieces or add brick separators. Really, there's some people like to think there is, but it's not actually like concrete. It doesn't always match up in certain sets. And I just realized this set does not have a brick separator. I mean, I've got a million brick separators, and like if I needed a brick separator, like if I heard this said no brick separator and I needed to order one, brick separators aren't that bad. They're like $1 if you buy it off of Lego's website. But I'm sure you could buy bulk brick separators if you really wanted to somewhere else, and it'd be cheaper. Or you'll most likely get a brick separator from another set, or you can buy a brick separator at the Lego store, you know, etc., etc. All these other things that you can get the brick separator from. But I just realized this rather sizable set in regards to pieces doesn't have a brick separator. Just very interesting. Also, I am also having trouble finding this white jumper plate. That's not good. Anyway, we're going to move forward. It's underneath my tripod. For those that don't know, I'm using a gorilla pod kind of tripod, or like an octopod thing. So the legs are pretty long, so they're propped up, and the things can get lost underneath them. So it's not like a common thing. The way I spill out my Legos, the way I spill out my Lego bricks, sometimes it can get underneath it. So that's why it's underneath the tripod. All right, now that we are back in order, we're just going to do this. We're just going to do this. So far we've got a maze. That's what we have. It's a maze. Anyway. Okay, and then actually I'm gonna put these here. I know I'm not supposed to do that. I'm supposed to do the step before with the white 1x4, but I have a feeling I'm not going to remember how to do that properly. So I'm just gonna do this right now. There we go. And then the 1 2x4 here. All right. And then we do the same on the same on the other side, like here. And then yeah, with the white walls right now, it just looks like I'm building a maze, not a building. But I feel like that's how blueprints work. Sometimes they kind of do look like you're making a maze. So you know, not too far off. So yeah, okay. All right. Whoop. Oh my god. Stop. 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 There we go. And then a 2x3 here. And then we do jump place in white down here. This really helps also with your like structural knowledge of Lego, building wise for microscale buildings. So that's always fun with these builds too, because you can then learn how to make your own microscale build. And then perhaps, you know, you can level up and then do like full-size buildings, or something really crazy, which I'm gonna try to do in the future, and that's micro-scale buildings in a full-scale like museum building kind of thing. So that might be fun. That'll be really fun. But yeah, baby steps first. Baby steps. What's that? 4x1? Oh, okay. All right. I'm kind of seeing. It's nice to see the footprint. This is really cool, actually. This is so far. This is like okay. Outside of the like I said, what people are complaining about this set, I'm really liking this. I would have to almost say this is like a 9 or 10 out of 10. But I feel like most of the micro scale things, if they're done right with the proper license, or with the proper subject, are almost like some of my are almost always going to be cool builds. Oh shoot. I skipped like 100 steps here. Not 100, but I definitely just skipped like 50 steps. There we go. So I'd have to say I still love animals. Did I get the Kingfisher set though? No, I did not get the Kingfisher set. It's because it's not an animal I'm interested in, and I feel like that should be how a theme works. You don't have to collect every one of a single theme. If you don't want to. I think that's another thing that is hard in the collector space, is that some people think you have to get all of a certain thing or whatever, and I'm like, collect what you like to collect. Do not let collectors or anyone else dictate how that works. Don't let anyone gatekeep you into a hobby, or not even gatekeeping, but don't let people think you need to spend your money in a certain way, or if you want the proper credit, you have to collect in a certain way, because you don't need to. It's not necessary. I mean, I don't collect a lot of the bigger sets, over $100. That's like my limit. And some people will go, well, you know, you're not gonna get any of the cool sets then. But I don't think that's correct. So. Or blind boxes. People are like, you need to collect the whole set, or if you want the whole set, you need to buy the whole box. And I'm like, well, I want the whole. I want the whole box, but sometimes I just actually had to think about it and go, actually, I don't really want the whole box. I thought I did, but I don't. It's okay. And that should be okay. You know what I mean? Like that. Like set your own rules. Don't let the this is gonna sound weird. Don't let the community set the rules. It's great to have community. It's great to be part of the community and stuff, but don't let them set the rules for how you do things, because it's really how you want to collect. It's what makes you happy. If you want to suddenly not collect anything and get rid of all of it, then do so. I'm really trying to incorporate a couple of different things in my life currently right now to kind of help out with that. And one of the things is I want to bring back, and I know some people might know this, because it was a big thing like in the 2010 era, 2000 teens, and that's Marie Kondoing, which is basically think about what brings you joy. And it may not bring you joy today. And it might not bring you joy right then and there because you are in a state that you can't accept joy. But when you are in a state of joy, when you are in a state that you can go, okay, I am in a good mood, or I am happy, that's when you should start looking at things to give away or to keep or to cherish. Because when you're sad and stuff, and I'm not saying this as an advice, but in my experience, I've noticed I've given away things that I'm like, oh, this actually does make me happy. This is actually kind of, oh my god, I'm actually disappointed. But honestly also, obviously though, gauge your own emotions. If it doesn't make you happy at all, or you know that you already know that whatever you're doing or whatever you have, the stuff that you have, or whatever you're collecting, or the things you're doing is just not going to make you happy, and you don't see it making you happy in the foreseeable future, then don't waste your time on trying to do it when you're happy, because you know it won't happen, right? You know your emotions better than anyone else. But my thing is the best time, the ideal time is to do things when you are very happy, when you're in a good mood, is when you should clear out things. And I know people are like, oh, do it when the things are getting crazy, or when it's getting cluttered, or whatever. No, do it when you're happy, and then that way you can definitely say, okay. Like, I'm looking at stuff right now. I'm looking at the things that I keep on my desk. It used to be different. It used to have a lot of beach queens. For those that don't know what the Beach Queens series is, it's anime statues that have a hexagonal beach sand base, and then they're in bathing suits. But they're like different characters for anime, so they can kind of mix together, but they don't really. They're not from one series. They all just kind of can kind of meld together. And I used to have that on my shelves. I redid my shelves. I was like, this is not something I want to look at all the time anymore. It's not making me happy. And I was like, I'll just leave it up for now, because I really don't know. Maybe this is just because I'm seeing all this stuff and I'm like, it's crazy. I'm tired of it. Seeing this doesn't mean anything to me. It's just clutter. But I did, put them away. What I did actually is I cleared out the shelf. And then I sat in there. I sat in stewed and wallowed in my emotions. No, I wish I could say something profound like that. But basically, I looked at the empty shelf for a few days when I wasn't feeling super depressed. But I looked at it and I went, what do I want to display? And do I want it cluttered? Do I want a lot of stuff? Do I want minimal stuff? And then I did eventually come up with this. I'm going to raise the camera a bit so it can show it off. But I did do like I really like Peach Riot right now, so that's like mostly what's integrated. I do have Kyozia's wonderful. I have both the whatever the heck this is called, the design, and then I have the 16th birthday sign, and then I have the Miku Expo 2024 thing. Oh, I also have a Takanashi Kiara hat hanging, and then I have my Basojo of Jubilee and X23, with a couple of things, also other things sparingly mixed in the mix with that stuff, as well as and they're arranged in a kind of a themed kind of thing, sort of. And then this beauty I have, which is made from Lego, as you can tell. It's a little hard to read some of these. I'm gonna try to zoom in. But these are letters that I received from some VTuber acquaintances. And here's another thing I'm going to tell you that I have been learning, and that's, you sometimes don't choose, or you definitely don't choose. Actually, you don't choose what's going to touch your heart. It's going to touch your heart or it's not. And it sucks because sometimes you get you're in a state that you don't want to, it's not going to work. And so people give you like words of advice, or they have like a long talk with you, or they send you something, and you're just sitting there kind of like, I don't want to be a jerk, but I don't care. And not even I don't care, but it's just like my heart doesn't see. So these letters, though, I look at these and for whatever reason, they do touch me. A couple of them are duplicated, not duplicated, but are ones that I have from multiple letters from other people. But they're basically letters that I received from VTubers. 2 of these are from Clover and Nari. I guess I should tell you who they're from, and then you can look them up and you can also support them. 2 of these are from Clover and Nari. That's x.com/CLOVERINARI. And then they have the same thing on Twitch and the same thing on YouTube. One of these is from Maya, which is this one right up here, and that's actually Ichikamaya, ICHIKAMAIA, but on Twitter, on YouTube, but on Twitch it's just Maya, so MAIA, twitch.tv/MAIA. And then these bigger ones, are from Yukina. You can find her on x.com/YUUKEYNA, or Instagram.com/YUUKEYNA_, I believe. And then Yukina, twitch.tv/YUUKINA, and youtube.com/YUUKINA. But these are letters that mean something to me. In kind of like that regards, and that's kind of why I'm like, I wanted to put them in there in the wall, so they look kind of like they're just like posters or something, like big posters, right? Depending what the scale is. But I put them on there because they do mean something to me. They touch my heart. And that's just how it is. It's not necessarily because I chose. I think I'm like, oh, these will definitely touch my heart because that's how they just will, or whatever, however you want to look at it. It's not because of that. It's just because they did, and I want them to continue. I have other letters in other places from other people as well. I keep literally everything that anyone's written to me or has done for me as like a gift, for the most part, if I still associate with them. So I do keep all of those. And those do also touch my heart. So by the way, there are things like that. So so before anyone's like, hey, wait a minute, how come you don't have this art or something like that? I do, it's just somewhere else. So yeah. Oh, this is an interesting technique. So it's a snot brick. Wait, hold on. Oh, it's a snot brick that's gonna go here. It's gonna go right here, and so the flat parts. So we can do. So normally you can't. You're not supposed to do something like this, right? Where there's a wedge, where the piece is wedged between studs if it has studs on it, because it could cause warping and it can cause warping and damage to the pieces. But this has a tile on it, so it won't matter because it's not going to be like that. So that's really cool. I didn't think. Oh, wow, that's awesome. And again, that's in the back and on the bottom. So not something you would see, really, unless you're looking for it. But they did it anyway. I like how they designed these things. So that it's almost, not quite, but almost like a architecture set. For those that don't know what I'm talking about, definitely go and look up Lego architecture sets. They're like super cool. Those are definitely micro scale, but they're super cool. Expensive for what they are, but they are. It's again what I was saying before. It's because of the design that goes into them. But they're super cool. They're very cool. So yeah. But I would love to see that kind of thing. All right, 1, 2, 3. I have to also be careful because I have to make sure that I'm putting the right amount of these in here, because I'm just like kind of like talking and not even paying attention to the build. I'm just gonna be like, oh shoot, I use the thing. All right, 4 and then 5 and then a tile. Okay, cool. And then that goes right over here on the brown. Oh, cool. This is really neat. Like I said, these are like I almost feel like saying that these are probably like affordable versions of architect sets. Except they're themed. But that's still really cool. Again, like I said, a lot of the architectures, you have to look at where the money is going into to make sure that you're properly criticizing it. The reason why the architectures are more expensive than people are like, oh, there's not many parts in here and all that stuff, is because it's got a lot of design work in it. It's got a lot of design work. Like, look at if you have a chance, go to a Lego store as they're building the set. So it'd be probably a few days before a release of a set. Like recently I saw the other day they were building the Notre Dame Cathedral of Notre Dame set at the store, and it was like there's a lot of design that had to go into that. The spire, the number of the apostle statues that are on the spire, the gargoyles are made out of something else. They don't look like gargoyles on the set because they had to use a particular piece, but the piece that they used actually worked, and that took a lot of design. And so all that design work is money. It's not free. so like that's where that comes from. That's why those sets don't have as many parts, and they're not as big for how much you have to spend. And I know someone's probably going to jump in again, as people like to correct everyone or like to interject their own opinions and stuff, and they're gonna tell me that, you know, that's not an excuse. But I am one that feels like everyone should be paid their worth and all that stuff. So I'd say that you were wrong. I am inclined to say that yes, you'd be wrong to say that, and you would also be wrong. You'd be wrong in arguing that people shouldn't get their worth, or that their worth is only as good as X factor or whatever. Anyway, enough of that. We're just going to go back to building this wonderful thing. This is so cool. So these are going to even be covered up by like they're going to be covered up by gray panels. So I really don't know why they designed, like, it's so cool. Like they really didn't have to do that design here with this techniques and stuff, but they did it, and now I can use it for the future. and it's super cool. I just don't know why they did that, because it's not really, like, you're not gonna see it unless you like. I'm sorry. I mean, I guess that's the thing about Lego, right? Is that it's 3D, so you are going to see it at some point. But it's just very interesting. I'm just like, that's so cool that they didn't have to. They could have just been like, back of the Christmas tree. It's just we don't need these parts to be there. But they did it anyway. All right, I think we're still up to par. I think this is actually going to be shorter than the dog build, maybe. Actually, I shouldn't jinx myself. I'm just gonna stop talking about how long this might take. I'm just going to say that this is cool. And I think this is going nice, like at a decent pace and everything. I think my high rating so far has not been dissuaded. It hasn't gone down in ranking. I still think this is 9, almost 10, potentially maybe just will be a 10, because so far I haven't been angry about the set yet, so that's nice. I did not pay attention to the rest of the thing, because I missed this part. I missed that the other side also has to have bricks. All right, so that's fine. I'll just look at the other page. All right. I'm very happy that they did Agrabah, because I think out of many of the cityscapes or the buildings for Disney, Agrabah was definitely one that people were like, oh, this is so cool. And I think they did the technique that they used in Beauty and the Beast, which is that they had 3D for that section, and it was amazing, and it was all this this building of grandeur, and you knew you were in Agrabah. You knew what was going on with the palace. It was okay, this is royalty. They're making some money. They are definitely, yeah, Prince Ali, you better believe that you're going to need to impress them a whole lot. So that's really cool, and it's always been really cool also because for folks that don't remember, there was a Aladdin TV show, and that palace was featured a lot, and it was great. It was a great backdrop for that kind of thing, so yay. Uh-oh. I'm somehow missing bricks. Nope, they're in the back. Behind the manual. That's why my head was all weird out there, because they were behind the manual and they was what's going on? This is actually, I think this... Yeah, so there's only 3 bags, so this is decent. This is a decent amount of also steps per bag. This is actually not bad. Okay, what is this? No, that's good. Okay, and then we have a little piece that goes right there. It's a slope piece. There we go. All right. There we go. Sorry about that. Sorry about that weird noise. That was me trying to get the piece from where I'm positioned. I am definitely gonna have to figure out what to do with my setup, by the way. If you folks are wondering, because I'm not sitting down. I'm standing currently right now. But yeah, so that's why there's like it's like a little weird, because like I'm also kind of having like back pain. Not like terrible back pain, but it's definitely there, and I'm like, God, I should probably I should probably not twist my back so much. But I am quite okay right now. So until it gets to be, so probably with streaming, I'm definitely gonna have to figure out how to make some room for my chair, because I don't think I can do this. I don't think I can do this for like more than 2 hours. Building the space dog, definitely I was starting to feel like, oh, I need to figure out a way to get us to take a seat. So that was definitely something that happened. I just skipped a whole bunch of steps. Yeah, I just skipped a whole bunch of steps. Oh, nope, just two. Just two, thank goodness. Just two. I was like, what the heck? I was like, how many pages? How many pages did I just like toss in there? What the heck happened? Not that many. Not that many. It's all good. We're all good. Everything's okay. I'd like that they also doing the architecture, or not the architecture, the landscaping in a cool way. Like, I love that they're using these like short blades for trees, because it's more interesting than just having like a bunch of like, I don't know, like a bunch of cones or something. It's kind of boring. All right, and then what the heck? What is that? Oh, I get it. Okay, no, I figured it out. I'm sorry, I'm just dumb. That's not, that's where that goes. Okay, hold on. I was like, what the heck? The one symbol I don't ever, I always find annoying, but I also realize I don't really know how they would draw it any differently. And that's this one. Like this symbol right here, that's like flip it around, switch it orientation. I always get confused, and I'm like, what do you mean? Like, where am I supposed to put this? Where am I supposed to situate this? And then I had to look at the picture for like a few seconds and go, oh, it's like the back, and then you flip it upside down, and then you twist it to the left, and it's like, and then you're playing a game of Bop It. So that's why I was like, what the heck is this going on? And I was like, oh, that's right. That's normal. If you like the music, by the way, it's from Colorgeist. You can find Colorgeist on Twitter, and that's going to be x.com/colorghost or COLORGHOST. Or twitch.tv/COLORGEIST. They're very nice. They're very good at what they do. They make music and stuff. I don't think they're doing commissions right now, but they are cool to just follow and see how they do their work. All right. I think these dark brown things are supposed to be like the mountains. Because if you remember, for those that remember the palace of Agrabah, not the castle. The palace of Agrabah was built into a mountain. So that was also, well, not mountains, but built into like a mountainous, not so mountainous kind of thing. Like into the rock. It was built into the rock, and that was kind of cool. So yeah, oh my gosh. Alright, so this is what we have so far, which is really cool. We're getting there. Getting there. Wait a minute. I somehow missed something. Oh, I didn't really miss something. I mean, I did, but I can easily fix it. It's not a problem. Okay. I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna be so upset. But no, we're fine. We're fine. We're fine. Everything's fine. Everything is good. Fixed it. Alright. The fun thing about Lego is that you could kind of look over the thing that you missed and skipped over and figure it out. So it's not as bad as I had thought. That is not correct. That is not correct. Uh-oh. I am missing some pieces. Oh, no. There's one. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna switch this to figure 8 so that you can hear me. Fumble with pieces. Make it a true Lego. Make it a true Lego video. Build video. There we go. There we go. And then we have to put some trees around. Now I know this is supposed to be done in order, but I'm just gonna, I think I'm gonna just put the trees. I know where the trees are supposed to go. They're supposed to go in the green things. This is supposed to be potted trees that they imported, because, newsflash, Agrabah didn't have trees, naturally. They were in the desert. But the palace spared no expense. So trees galore. They had a lot of shrubbery, actually. I think a little too much for my liking. I always thought that was kind of like, I was like, oh, that's like a lot. Because they had a whole like garden wall, right? And then they had the garden, and then they had like another garden, within the palace. Like, yeah. And then I think Jasmine had her own, like, private thing, too. So, like, lots of stuff. And then there was, like, the waterfall. Which, by the way, this is represented here by this blue thing. Water. Oh, water. So, yeah. There's a lot of stuff that they did in Agrabah that was, like... your people are poor on the streets. They're stealing things from each other, and you're importing trees, though. Is that the best use of your money? Then again, Aladdin could have fixed that with the genie. I learned this from Make Some Noise. Brennan Lee Mulligan had to pretend to be like a genie that had like other stipulations besides the 3 main rules. And that was one of the things he was talking about. He's like, you know, why wish to be a prince? You could just like wish for an entirely new like social system, a socio-economic system. And I was like, you know, he's right. He's right, you know. He could have fixed a lot of people's lives instead of just being like, I want to be a prince, so I can be impress the princess, and then I can live in luxury. Like, you could have just been like, I want everyone to be equal, or have equity, and so that there's no lower class or whatever, you know, like everyone is appreciated. No, he didn't want that. He didn't care. I don't think he actually thought that through. He was just like, whatever. I want the princess. Just like, all right, man, whatever. Because like when he ended up losing, being the prince, like, cause he was obviously a prince of nothing, like, ruined. Like none of it mattered. Because it was just like, oh, this is weird. What? Wait, what? What the heck? I just ran into like this is a weird build technique. It's like you have to build the stairs using the white walls. And I definitely think I just skipped a step. No, I didn't skip a step. That's interesting. Okay, so we do this, and then I do this. This is weird. Do I just... What? This doesn't make any sense. I think this is what's going to stump me tonight. Is how does that work? You just put them in, I guess. I guess they just kind of stand on top of each other? What the heck? That is such a crazy technique. I'm not kidding. You literally just have them sit there. Like... they just sit there. And I'm really scared that it's gonna mess up. Please tell me you have something that's gonna secure that little spot. What the heck? That is so weird. No, you don't, oh gosh. Oh my gosh. You don't have anything that secures that spot. You don't. It just kind of sits there. So that's, huh. And then, interesting. Okay. Okay, I think that through friction, I add this gray bracket, and it will stay there, I guess? Oh my god, that's terrifying. Is that gonna work? Oh, that's even more weird. It actually sits on two jumper plates. And then there's a pink brick hiding in here, by the way. For those that don't know the lore, pink bricks are like a thing that sometimes Lego designers hide as like an Easter egg. So there's a pink brick, by the way, down here. If you didn't see it, I apologize, but it was there. It existed. It's so weird. Oh, and I think I did this. Oh, shoot. Shoot. Huh. Alright, I guess that's the steps. Oh my god. That is so stressful. That is the most stressful thing I think I've done in a little while. And I know I know what you're gonna think. Oh, but don't you work in retail as your day job and other things like that? I meant like good stress. Like I was like, whew, I wasn't sure if that was gonna work, but it was well worth it. Another random colored brick. So that's gonna be, I don't know what that's for. That's going to be interesting. I think I saw printed pieces in here somewhere. Maybe. There were no stickers, so there are not stickers in this set. I don't believe. Wait, maybe there are stickers, and I was just too excited to unbox the thing. So far, no stickers. I can't see any stickers, so I'm assuming that there's no stickers. But some of these parts have. Yeah. Anyway, we're going to assume that they're printed. Yeah, I'm going to assume they're printed. Alright, so we're gonna build like the tiny spires first, I guess. I think that's what's going on. Ow. Like I said, so far I am actually really enjoying the build. Even though there have been some weird design flaws, design things. So I think I'd still say this is a 9. Still very in between like that. Not quite 10, but maybe. Because the build techniques have also been like really cool. So some of the builds I'm like, what the heck? They've been really cool and they've worked out in the end. So I think that's like one of the slow realization things is that it's a great set, but there are some things that you need to realize. You just have to kind of trust the process, kind of thing. So I'm gonna say 9. I'm gonna say 9 just because it's not like, and I'm gonna use a real estate term. It's not turnkey. It's not a turnkey set. You know, you're not just gonna like put pieces down and go, oh, that's gonna work. You have to kind of like trust the process, and it's kind of scary sometimes. Oh, what the heck happened to my talking? It can kind of be scary sometimes because you're like, do I really want to trust the process here? Am I going? Is it really gonna work? Can I actually do this technique, this advanced technique, like the stairs? Because the stairs, they're just fine now, right? They're fine. But it was kind of scary. Right? We were like, what the heck? Is this gonna work? Is this actually gonna work? Because is this how do I have to hold it? Do I have to like figure out a way? But it's really not that hard once you figure out that you just stack it this way and then you add this in the back. Because it will slide if you try to do it this way. So I'm just giving you tips also if you get to this step in the build and you're like, oh, what am I supposed to do? Just build it this way, let them hold there, and then put the piece in, and then it should be fine. Then it'll be just fine. Okay, so we got an ocean. We got a fountain. Like, again, Palace of Agrabah. Why are you building fountains in your in your thing, when some of your people are without water themselves, and you're literally just wasting it. You're using it as a display. Oh, there we go. I found it. There's a printed piece. So that is printed. It's just printed, no stickers. Alright, so you're gonna use these modified tiles, I guess? These ones with the lip on them. And then those are gonna go on the wall. Interesting, okay. I'm not sure what they represent, but they are definitely interesting looking. Oh, and then they just... Oh, gosh. Okay, that's... There we go. And you have the huge white base plate. So the bottom floor is hollow. I don't actually know what they put in here then. This is definitely supposed to be water, but I don't know what these are supposed to be. Actually this must have been really fun for the designers, because Agrabah Palace is one of those weird palaces in the Disney kingdom that, like, you don't actually know what's inside of it for the most part. Like, there's dungeons and, like, you've seen them in different scenes in different areas, but, like, they never show them in, like, one, like, continuous shot or any kind of hints of where certain things would be. So this must have been really fun for the designers, because they kind of had to be like, oh, I guess this is probably dungeon here, and then there's a thing here, and then there's water right underneath that. Like they had to do a lot of guesswork, because you don't see a lot of the palace in one. Again, I'm repeating myself, but you don't see it in a way that it's just you can say, oh, this goes here, right? This is the dungeons that connect to the courtyard, which connects to this whatever area. You just kind of have to, like, go, oh, I know the dungeons are somewhere around here, and the wall looks like this, and da 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 da. So this is really interesting. This one's actually very interesting, because you kind of get to see stuff in a way that you would never have realized it was like that. So that's really cool. All right, and then, ooh, all right. So then we get 5 across here. We have a bridge. See, look at this. Look at this. What? Well, how do they know this is? How do we know that there's a little bridge window here? How did they know that? This is like this. This is like has the arch. How did they know that? Maybe the. So there's a thing that video game places, that video game people, and then also some anime studios do, and they'll go on location, or they'll get like unfettered access to say like the Disney archives of the designs of the park or something like that, to integrate in the game, so that they can properly design the whole thing. And I'm wondering if Lego does that. Like, does Lego get to, like, actually look at the plans for what they had for Agrabah and so they kind of know where these things are? Or do they just get to freehand a lot of this stuff? Not freehand, not necessarily freehand, but kind of assume where certain things are. Either in either situation, still very, very cool. But one would definitely be cooler than the other, and that's the second one I was talking about. If they were actually allowed to like go into Disney archives and see how it was supposed to be built, that would be super cool. It would still be cool if they did it like kind of just out of their own head, what they thought it would look like. But then it's like, why make it part of a Disney thing? Like why not just, you know, why not just make it hollow and don't put all these little details in here? Because no one's gonna know. But that still would be cool anyway, because they're like, look, we're still gonna make it like cool in a way that we're still gonna design all these little spots and areas, even though we don't know what this actually looked like, because that means that they took the care and they actually were enjoying designing the castle, or the palace. Sorry, the palace. All right. And then again, always, as I will remind everyone again, you've been watching this for an hour. If you don't want to watch the build, which I guess I should have said this also half an hour ago. If you don't want to see the build and you just want to hear the review of the set and like what I think of the build and the instructions, there will be an abbreviated review thing. Usually those reviews take about 5-ish minutes. They'll never go more than like 15, by the way, though. So if you really like to know my thoughts on a Lego set, what the Lego set looks like, my thoughts on the build and other things like that, then watch that short review. Like I said, those will never be more than 15 minutes, but I'll go over certain things and stuff like that, and then you can just kind of decide on yourself if you want to do the build. This is for those that actually want to watch the build process and listen to me talking about certain things. Like I said, we will be streaming soon, hopefully soon, and we will be doing these things live. So this is just a taste of what that is. So if you want to experience that taste, then feel free to keep watching these things. Otherwise, there will be a short build up. There will be a short review up shortly after this video. Probably the next day, because I would be looking at it after it's been built and things like that. So it's a little bit of something for everyone kind of thing. Very interesting. Like, how did they know what color this floor is? They could have made this just all white, right? But they didn't. So how do they know how to do that? That's very interesting. Anyway, back to the build. And I'm actually speaking from experience in regards to like the color uses. Because like here, like on my own like build base, I made them different colors so that when I put different colored things, I can shift the spaces, the pieces around, and I can see them better because they're not like all white or all black or all gray. And like in fact, this purple here is not a frequently used color, and it is kind of like this nice color that would be able to allow other pot colors. Like you can see the turquoise. Oh, sorry, you can't see what I'm pointing at. But you can see a turquoise door, the dark red studs and then the white pieces. So you can see almost every color on those really well. So that's why that's in the center. And I did that purposely when I built this base, so I could see pieces when I put them down there, and I can shift them around until I do see the pieces. But I didn't have to do that. I could have just made it all white or all black or whatever. But there was a design choice here to make this like dark, like light tan. They didn't have to, but they did. So I'm just kind of curious, like why they made that choice. There goes one of my trees. But like I said, I would love to sit on a design meeting, or even like just watch some of the interviews. I'm gonna have to go back and watch some of the interviews when I have a chance, when they talk about the Lego sets. They don't do it for all of them, but some of the big ones they do. So alright, so then we get 2 spires. Tiny ones, not big ones. Interesting. They're columns, not spires. Sorry, this is nothing on top. So they're not spires. They're just columns. Well, that's an interesting choice. And then there's a door. There is a sort of detailed turquoise door. Usually this is used for shutters. This piece, but because it's in the scale, it's actually a door. Because it's in this scale, but usually it's used for shutter windows, and you can see that there's a front and there is a back. So fun. It doesn't actually swing open though. It doesn't upright, because again, it's supposed to be. It's usually used for shutters in a regular sized building. So very interesting. Not sure. I'm not sure they could have used a swinging open door actually. Looking at the size, I think this would be the closest thing they can do. So I think they did compromise. Actually, now that I'm talking about it, I'm like, I don't think they actually had a choice. Because they don't have really a piece right now that exists that you can have a swinging shutter. So alright, so that's nice. Remember I said this might not take more than 2 hours. We are hitting the 1 hour and 23 minutes mark. So I was incorrect. This might be actually a lot longer than I thought. Less pieces, but I think more design work, and that's why it's going to take more work or more time, or just about around the same time. Alright, and so far this is what we have. Looking pretty good. I mean, you can kind of see where other things are gonna be put, or other things are gonna go. But like, it's okay. Hold on. I think I think I screwed up somewhere. Oh no, I didn't. This looked because of the colors. I thought this was a plate taller, and I almost went crazy. I almost, oh my gosh, I almost went crazy. I was gonna be like, oh my god, I didn't know, I messed it up. It's not the same. Someone that's not how it's supposed to look. But we're okay. We're okay. We're okay. It's all good. It's all good. Whew. That would have been very upsetting. Crisis averted though. Crisis averted. Alright. So I think that all of the interior, is hollow. It looks like all of the interior will be hollow. And then the outside, is where you see the structure. Oh, yeah, it looks like that. Yeah, it looks like the spires will come into play here. Yeah, because it looks like this is supposed to go here. This is also supposed to go here. And I mean, clearly, if we're going back to like actually being reality, this would be a problem. Doors being blocked via a giant wall. But of course, we just have to look at it differently. Is that maybe there is, maybe there's like a hidden thing. But using the pieces that we have, we unfortunately do have to close off that door. So it looks weird, but it's fine. It's fine. Okay. I think this is going a little smoother because it is bag by bag versus what we were doing last time with the space dog, which the space dog was scatter all the pieces on the bottom and then out of the bags and then build. So you had to, find all the pieces in the mess of pieces. So that was fun. That was very entertaining. I don't know why they picked orange. Now that I'm looking at it, because this is gonna be another tower, and I'm like, why is this orange? Anyway, I'm sure there's a reason for it. I just don't know what it is. Uh-oh. Are you serious? Am I really missing a tile? What the heck? Oh, another thing. Always check your bags. Because look at this. There's a piece that didn't come out, and I almost was going to go crazy, thinking that piece was missing, and I was about to be like, I'm super mad. I was about to be super pissed off. It's fine. It's fine now. It's fine now though. I was about to be really pissed. But see, we went from being pissed to not being so mad. It's quite alright. And then obviously this has to go this way. Okay, and then this goes here? Interesting. Just the one. That's it. Half a pink brick. That goes in the center here. Wait, hold on. Hold on. I missed a page. I skipped a whole page. This is not how it's supposed to go. Hold on. There we go. I was like, what the heck just happened? And then, so then we're going to go... Oh my god. Come on now. Stop doing that. Stop it. There we go. Okay. And then that goes on there. But like, not straightened. Interesting. I don't know what this area is now. Right behind. Like, there's like columns. Clearly, and then and then this is probably just a gateway, I guess. Maybe this is the garden. Weird. Weird. I don't know what that is. Anyway. Oh, that's not the piece I'm using the wrong piece. That's why I was like, that doesn't work. It's not gonna work. So I'm using the wrong piece. I'm stupid. It's 3 of the half circles, not the full one. That's why I was like, what the hell is going on? What the hell is going on? I think we're probably gonna have to say these builds will take at least like an hour. But I'm gonna try to get better at building with some speed and showing off more of the set as I build and all that other stuff, so that they aren't like 2 hours long. I appreciate all of your support, and I appreciate those that do sit here and watch my 2-hour long videos. It's very appreciative, and it does help, because it deep down it's all about in regards to like hours watched, not necessarily views. So I know it used to be about views, but now it's like how long are you actually watching the videos? How much content are you watching, instead of how many people are looking at your stuff. Going to the home stretch. The home stretch here. We're on bag number 3. And there are 2 bag number 3s, and a whole lot of gold in the bag number 3s. Hold on. Another random color. Purple this time. Interesting. Alright, so first we're going to start with... Oh, these are just the 4 spires. Okay. Alright, so... Oh well. This is an interesting build. So you got the gold piece right here. Shiny gold. No, that's not even the right piece. This is the shiny gold piece. And then we put it on here. So it makes it like a little drum. And then... I'm surprised they didn't make these, like just these in gold. I think the reason why they didn't drum lacquer gold these is so they can reuse them. Because if you lose these pieces, like you have a billion of these. So I think that's the only reason they didn't do drum lacquer gold for that. But they really should have, honestly. To be perfectly honest. I think they should have. Interesting way to build that. It's actually built upside down, and then you build it that way. That's very interesting. That's not expected. I would have thought they would have just done it like straight up. I guess I don't know. But I guess you couldn't get this rounded shape if you didn't do it upside down. So it's kind of interesting. Very interesting. That's actually a really cool build technique now. Alright, this is going into the 10, perfect 10 category soon. No, we're gonna say 9. There's a couple of things that still mean that it's not like super duper. So I'm still gonna say 9. It's a little too, that would be too easy if I just said this was a 10 and it's a perfect set. Because there are still some flaws, and I'll talk about it in the review. But some of the flaws are like are just missed opportunities. They're not necessarily bad things. They're just that they could have done certain things better. And I'll go over that in the review for those that are going to watch the review afterwards as well. But it's just kind of things like this could have been drum lacquer gold, and then there's a couple of other things like the border being able to be removed would have been really nice. Oh my god. right, I'm going to have to put down the instruction manual because it's getting a little crazy. I don't know, it just fell off. Forget it. There's a lot of Technic rods, by the way, in this as well, so keep that in mind. I do like that they actually went full on drum lacquer gold for the spires though, because those were so iconic in the movies that I feel like if they didn't do that, you'd be missing out. It would definitely be like, I don't know how I feel about this. You know what I mean? There we go. Then we reverse it, and then stick this in here, and then stick this in here. Oh gosh, I pushed it a little too hard. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to punch the camera. All right, and then that goes on top. Oh wow, that's like a crazy tall. I didn't realize how tall that was. That's really tall. Okay. Oh, we don't want to stick this to the base. Careful. That's not what we want to do at all. I think this is incorporating a thing that Disney did, that Walt Disney did with his facades, and that's these little spires are probably actually closer, but they make it look like it's far away from the main build by making them smaller, but they're actually probably not that close. So many of these tiny rods. There we go. Wait, and then where does that go? behind like that? Really? That's kind of weird. I guess, I mean, whatever. Just seems a little odd. See what I'm saying? Is this like, obviously this is like bigger. This is like further away, but like it's right there. It's like kind of weird. It's just a little weird, and you're like, oh, okay. It's kind of like it is kind of like a forced perspective thing, I think, and I think that's why it looks a little weird. Like these are probably a big gate, and that door is probably not that massive, but this is further away, so it can look smaller, and then this is super close. So, you know, it's perspective. So it's not exactly micro scale, like true 1-to-1. It's from what you can see. But yeah, this is really, really fun. I am not realizing it's been how many hours that we just said, like almost 2 hours. I honestly didn't even realize, because this build is just so engaging, right? It's so engaging, and just all the fun builds you get to see that's that's put into this. So definitely better than the Creator 3-in-1, but I don't know. I think it's a great process, but like I said, not 10 out of 10. There's a couple of missed opportunities in regards to parts usage and positioning. But I don't think this needed a minifigure set. I know why, because we would probably not have as many gold pieces, and that would have been a real big loss. That would have been an even bigger deal than not having a minifigure. Which, again, my opinion, I don't think that these things need minifigures or anything, really. I just think that's extra bonus. Alright, now we're just switching to something different. Using a different technique. We're using little green rods. There's little green rods here instead of Technic rods. Well, I guess they're not Technic rods. There weren't Technic rods. I don't know what they're called, but the longer grey pieces with a piece at the end. So, because this is like a Technic rod. This would be an axle. Technic axle rod. Anyway. It's interesting that you build the spires upside down. That's weird. I mean, cool, but also kind of weird. Alright, and then there we go. There we go. Right, and then oh, okay, then it just kind of goes on top like that. Okay. Weird. Oh, okay, that makes sense. That makes a whole lot more sense. Oh, okay. I just found out why that doesn't work the way I wanted it to. It doesn't actually sit on the spire by the studs. It's by a rod, which is kind of interesting. But that's why I got confused, because I was like, how does it angle it like that? And I'm like, because it's not actually sitting on there. It's connected by a rod. So that makes a lot more sense. It's kind of weird. Alright, so here we go. This is where we go. This is where we go. Oh my god. I think it's just the spires that are left. Oh, okay, and these are like a bunch of these. Probably don't want to put the piece upside down. Probably that won't work. Hold on. Wait, is that constructed upside down? What the hell? No, that's not right. Okay, no, that's what I thought. It was like, you need to turn it around. And I'm like, do I need to turn it around? That's not proper. That's incorrect. So that was incorrect. I was correct the first time. Alright, I think the only thing left is going to be the giant spire in the middle. So that's exciting. Oh no, there's tiny little ones. Little tiny ones. Shoot. Got excited a little prematurely. I'm somehow missing a spire? What the heck happened? How did that happen? Okay, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. I'm going to try to quickly rebuild this from scratch. There's 4 of these. Okay, 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna 4th one. Here's the 4th. Okay. Okay. So stupid. This is so dumb. This is so dumb. Oh, I'm doing it wrong again. What the heck's going on? There's no hole in here. There we go. Spire's fixed. Like I said, the only thing now is the big thing in the middle. That shouldn't take too long. Alright. What the heck? Oh, the white pieces, okay. Sometimes the colors get a little crazy, get a little lost, especially after this light has been in my face for like the last couple hours. And I thought they were gray, and I was like, oh, there's no gray stock bricks, and then I'm like, oh, it's because they're white, not gray. I'm dumb. I was like, that's the incorrect color. That's why. Alright. This is last stretch. Getting there. So exciting. This is so exciting. This is where it comes like into frantic speed, because you're like, oh, I know how all these go. These are perfect, and these are the sets. These are the last remaining pieces here, so I know exactly what this is gonna look like. So super cool, super duper cool to always see it come together like this. This is so cool. This is so cool. I'm excited to display this. This makes me want to make a Lego Godzilla even more. Honestly, they should just make it a Lego Godzilla set. They should talk to Toho, and then get that taken care and get that started, because that's exciting and it'd be super cool. Yada yada yada. Yeah, think about it, Lego. Think about it. There are already people that are making Lego. They make Lego Godzillas, and there's on ideas. Lego ideas. Uh-oh. Hold on a second. Okay, I might have legitimately lost a piece. shoot. I got all excited and now I'm like, I'm missing a piece. It's, not here. That's strange. That's awkward. So the great thing about Lego is that they do have very good customer service. So I can go ahead and message them that I am missing a vital piece and they'll get it to me. But unfortunately, we can't finish the build quite as so because we're missing that piece. Unfortunately. We're going to continue the build though as if we were not missing that piece. Oh, I found it. Never mind. Just kidding. Found it. It's shiny, so I think that's why I missed it. But we found the piece. It's there. It exists. Just kidding. I put it in the wrong direction. No ways. We can fix that. Oh, stop it. Anyways, we'll fix that. Wrong direction. Got it. Just kidding. Tee hee. There we go. And then we build... Oh no, the purple's not random. I'm silly. The purple's not random. It's actually for the carpet. You know, the flying carpet. Yeah. And then that's also not a random gold piece. That's where the flying carpet goes. And then we're done. I think. Yeah, we're done. So here's the finished product. It looks really cool. I'd say, again, 9 out of 10. There was a couple missed opportunities in regards to parts and certain things. But very, very good build. Very, very fun. Very, very cool. Thank you again, everyone, for being here. This is a 2-hour plus video. And always remember, you are worthy. You are loved. You belong. And you can do wonderful things. Keep your star shining. And we'll always be looking for you in the night sky. Going off air.